Hi, my name is Paul Kendall with Vortex Optics, and I'm here today with Sportsman's Warehouse to go over Binoculars 101 to help you guys make the right decisions when you're out there looking for a pair of binoculars for birding or hunting or just any kind of long-range observation. To start off, I thought we'd just kind of talk about the numbers and what they mean. On a pair of binoculars, generally on the center focus wheel, you're going to see a number. This particular pair is a pair of 10 by 42 binoculars. What that first number 10 means is how many times the object is magnified, how much larger that object is going to appear. So with this pair of binoculars, the object is going to appear 10 times closer. 42, the second number, what that number represents is how large that objective lens diameter is. And as we're talking about objective lenses, a good thing to maybe compare it to is a window. And the larger the window, the more light that optic is going to allow through it. Something that you guys will hear when guys are talking about optics is the exit pupil. And what the exit pupil is that small beam of light that you'll see on the back end of a pair of binoculars. And the exit pupil is important because the larger the exit pupil, the more light that it's going to allow through to hit your pupil. The human eye in really bright conditions will constrict down to around 2 millimeters in size. In dark conditions, the human pupil will open up to maybe up to 7 millimeters. So in bright conditions, you can get away with using a smaller pair of compact binoculars like this. This is a pair of 10 by 28 binoculars. These are considered a compact size. With the exit pupil, you get to that number, the size of the exit pupil, by dividing the size of the objective lens diameter by the power. So this is a pair of 10 by 28 compacts. 28 divided by 10, you're going to have a 2.8 millimeter exit pupil, going to be good for bright conditions. A pair of 10 by 42 binoculars, you're going to have a 4.2 millimeter exit pupil, which is going to be better for low light conditions. It's going to be more comfortable to look through for long periods of time, and probably a better all-around choice for most guys that are out hunting and birding and whatnot. Just talk briefly, for real low light conditions, you may want to bump up to like a pair of 10 by 50 binoculars. These will have a 5 millimeter exit pupil, which will be really good for you know, real low light conditions, early in the morning, late in the evening. But you know, on average, anything in that 4 millimeter exit pupil is gonna serve you well when you're out there in the field. Let's kind of talk about the different parts of a binocular, some of the terminology. The lens furthest away from your eye, that is known as the objective lens. The lens closest to your eye is known as the ocular lens. Got a center focusing wheel. Most binoculars today have a right eye diopter adjustment. What that means is everybody's eyes are a little different. And what the diopter adjustment do is it's going to fine-tune your right eye. One thing, you know, we get asked all the time is, hey, how do I set a pair of binoculars for my eyes? And it's really simple. The easiest way to remember it is do things from left to right, just like reading a book. So what generally I will do is I will cover up the right barrel, and I'll start with my left eye. I'll pick the binos up, I'll find an object, and I'll focus that left eye. And once I get that focused, I'll cover up the left barrel. I'll drop down that right cover, or you know, take my hand off. Then I'll make those right eye adjustments. I'll get that tuned in where I need it. And then once you have that set, you can just focus both barrels with the center focus wheel. So it should be a one-time deal. Once you have that set, you shouldn't have to mess with it anymore. So like I say, just like reading a book, remember left to right. You know, there are a couple different binocular designs. The most popular that you're going to see in the stores are roof prism binoculars. And then we also have poro prism binoculars. Poro prisms are kind of more the traditional look, the older style. Neat thing with poros is you get a lot of optical quality for less money. Generally they have a little better depth of field, a little better three-dimensional image. You can kind of see the difference. The objective lenses are offset from the ocular lenses. They are a little bit more bulky, a little bit harder to make waterproof, maybe not quite as durable as the roof prisms. As you can see, the roof prisms, your ocular lens and your objective lens are in line. It's a straight tube. These are generally more popular. Technology is really the last 10 years or so, 15 years, allowed us to get roof prism binoculars just where they need to be. Great optical performance, easy to make waterproof. Let's kind of talk about, making a binocular waterproof. If you're going to be spending any kind of time out there in the field where it's wet, rain, it's important to have a pair of waterproof binoculars. Generally, optics manufacturers are going to use either nitrogen or argon to purge the binoculars so you don't get any moisture in there, so you won't have any mold. So look for that when you're buying a pair of binoculars, that they're either argon or nitrogen purged, and also that they're O-ring sealed. What makes optics kind of changes them in steps is the quality of the glass and the quality of the coatings. Every time light hits a lens, some of it is reflective, so binocular manufacturers apply anti-reflective coatings on there because we want to get as much light through that binocular as we can. So when you're out there shopping for binoculars, generally look for optics that are fully multi-coated. If they are a roof prism binocular, you want them to be phase corrected. And one thing that you can look for when you start getting up into the more expensive binoculars is HD glass or ED glass, XD glass. What that's going to mean is you're going to get a truer image, better colors, less chromatic aberration when you jump up to something with an HD glass. So if you're really looking for the best performance, maybe look at stepping up to an HD glass, or like I say, there's a couple different terms out there. There's HD, XD. Basically mean the same thing, but you're going to get a better, truer image out of them. Nice feature on most binoculars, especially the larger ones, and most all of them, is most of them are threaded in the front. This is a pair of 20 by 56s, so high power, kind of hard to hand hold. You're going to want to put these on a tripod, but on the front of them, generally most binoculars are threaded. You can mount a tripod adapter on there, mount that on a tripod. Benefits of a high-power pair of binoculars on a tripod is you've got an extremely large field of view. And what field of view is generally is how far you can see at 1,000 yards, how many feet across you're going to see at 1,000 yards. So the larger the field of view, the more you can see. A pair of binoculars on a tripod just gives you that real huge field of view. You can really pick a mountain apart really quick. Let's talk about eye cups really quick. For you guys out there that may wear eyeglasses, you're going to want to look for a binocular that has plenty of eye relief. The closer you can get your eye to that ocular lens, the larger field of view you're going to have. And so in general, guys that wear glasses, you're going to want to have the eye cups twisted all the way in. If you don't wear glasses, in general, you're going to want to have those eye cups twisted out so you don't get that black crescent look. So like I said, most binoculars these days have plenty of eye relief for eyeglass wearers. But like I say, in general, eyeglass wearers have them in. Eyeglass wearers, or guys that don't wear glasses, have them out. Yeah, that's kind of a quick run over on binoculars. Hope you guys learned something. If you have any questions for us, just grab one of the associates at the store. Thanks.